Welcome once again to the Franciscan Heritage here in Indianapolis, Indiana, on this 30th Sunday in Ordinary Time. The readings today are, it's relentless, you know. In the first reading from the Old Testament, you know, the statements are negative, or put in a negative format, telling people that you must love everybody. And, you know, it says, for example, you shall not molest or oppress aliens, and you shall not wrongfully work against a widow or an orphan. You know, it's a negative statement saying what you should not do, but the very last words in the reading here, God says, I am compassionate. So that's the loving process. And in the second reading, Paul is telling his followers in Thessalonica, you have followed the example of Jesus and you follow my example. And that's what Christianity is all about. It's not about just believing, it's about putting into practice what you believe. And then Jesus in the gospel makes it very clear. One law, two expressions. Love God, love your neighbor. Finished, that's it. No exceptions. You know, my dear friends, I watch Link television every once in a while because they talk about so many wonderful things that are happening all over the world. People who are expressing their love in so many different ways. And this past week there was a documentary there about a woman in one of the Middle Eastern countries whose government was allowing other governments to dump all of their trash in her backyard. And she was concerned because it was bad for the earth, it was bad for the environment, for the people in the area. And so she started to get a following and eventually got enough people so that the government would give her permission to start a company where they could turn all of this trash into fertilizer. And so now she has created jobs and a company that is cleaning up the environment, and they're creating a product that are helping the people in the area and in the entire country. I mean, here's a person who really loves the earth and loves humanity. Well, you know, we all can't do something that dramatic. But let me go a little closer to home. You know, here in Indianapolis some years ago, there was a burglar who broke into the monastery of the Carmelites on Cold Springs Road. And they broke into Sister Mary's bedroom, and she was brutally beaten and had to be taken to the hospital. When she recovered, she had to show up at the courtroom. And when she walked into the courtroom, the very first thing she did is to walk up to this person who had beaten her and looked him lovingly in the eyes and said, I forgive you. And she sat down. Well, you talk about somebody who knows how to love. But that was a healing experience for both people, and a God experience. And you know, I think that our society is beginning to understand this message. Today, when I was watching the news, I thought this ad was coming on. A group of people getting onto a crowded bus. And they showed this teenager who was sitting in a seat with his headset on and seemingly didn't know anything was going on. And And when this elderly lady came and stood next to his seat, he stood up, gave his seat to this elderly woman, and then one word came on the screen: respect. I am so excited to be able to see this kind of thing happening on our television. Now, you know, my dear friends, all of us are called to love everybody. And so what I'm suggesting is that you ask yourself, how can you more effectively, every day, show your love for the people that you meet? Especially the people who are in your family. Greeting people on the street with just hello, or isn't it a beautiful day? All those little things make a big difference. Now, before I end, I just want to make a comment. You know, during this pandemic, everybody is hurting financially, including us. So if you can give us any financial assistance, we would be most appreciative. All you have to do is to scroll down on your screen, and there's a place there where you can donate. Please remember this always. You are all powerful spiritual beings, and love makes the difference. Have a wonderful week. We love you all. God bless.